Good day and welcome to the program Midday Show, where they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, and the same way so they get we on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl. Mina Adeyemi Jackson, where they bring this edition of the program Midday Show come to you. Like all time inside the program, we get plenty news, reports, and music. So continue for the with me for the next 1 hour as the program that Midday Show, and my studio guest inside the program this afternoon at Thomas Dixon, we are chairman Guild of Editors. As we did also today for talk about World Press Freedom Day, we now be Sunday, but we dey look at the challenges where the media they face, and also look at the World Press Freedom Day, which impacts in get now the media landscape now salon. Good afternoon and welcome to the program, Thomas Dixon.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for getting me on the program.
Well, that now my studio guest this afternoon, Thomas Dixon. We are the chairman Guild of Editors. We can talk more about the World Press Freedom Day and the impact where this gets now the media landscape now salon. Continue for the with me inside the program. You can be part of the program by way you go send message to the number 0779819181, or go now we get the Democracy Facebook page and YouTube page. Also, you go follow the program live. Drop your question or comment on the issue where we discuss inside the program today. The program na Midday Show. The program Midday Show, they continue. I will come over to my studio guest shortly, but first, let we look at the first material inside the program. Also, the special envoy for the West Africa Integration and Investment Summit, Dr. Kande Yumkela, say they plan now for make about 10,000 houses then get access to electricity and gas for cook na the country. Dr. Kande Yumkela talk this inside one interview with the Democracy, where we they talk about the expert group meeting and ministerial conference for the West Africa Integration and Investment Summit 2026 will go happen inside November this year. I talk more to Master Swagger inside this interview.
His Excellency the President, as the chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State, don't inform in colleague there last year, say under in leadership, they can host an investment summit for the whole of ECOWAS. So in preparation of that summit, the way Inge for take place in November na Salon. The meeting what they get now for look some of the technical documents then way we've been done prepare over the last 3 months, we go inform that summit. And President don't and colleagues don't identify 4 pillars what we for cover. We for look at energy trade. Because number 2 na strategic minerals, agribusiness and agriculture supply chains. Then the obvious one na feed salon a big thing na ya. Then number 4 na digital transformation.
Thank you, they also we don't talk about how this meeting will address the challenge them within they also don't face.
So this conference, they say, what you for do for law even produce more. And when we share resources, sometimes we all go become self-sufficient. So all in topic here will put all relevant to it. They no say they get the mineral, but they don't know how much mineral. Why? Now forget an exploratory fund where African countries then say, go take that money, you determine how much you get before you begin negotiate. So one of the things that with this summit they can work on, and with the expert and they try for design, now this exploratory fund. So we country then go able go take that money, let's check how much mineral really day before I negotiate with somebody. Rice in agriculture are the same thing. Minister of Agriculture don't pick up the rice offensive. We all in West Africa, they import rice. We minister, they lead in colleague ministers for putting a package together. The digital transformation minister Halima said they try for do the same on digital. Minister Grant, they try for lead the conversation with the colleagues when that they don't do the past 2 days on the energy side. If you therefore generate more, for able sell more. We get for discuss harmonization of pricing.
All right, so what that's then come this meeting?
Well, we get, as I say, we've been dealing with over 100 experts, but we select like about 40 to 50. Some others then they organizations then send their own representative them. UNIDO, for example, send I think 9-10 people. Other organizations then send large numbers. We want to thank the African Development Bank. We want to thank UNIDO. We want to thank a number of organizations. UNDP then send people them. So a number of international experts themselves can on their own for can be part of this and say, because wait a minute, this is something big happening. So the president envision 9 don't come together. So institutions and the rally round we now for help we prepare the summit we for take place in 6 months in November by God in grace. So president now will present some of them in bits, then will adopt the Freetown Declaration, where president now will send to all in colleagues them, where now a special envoy for the Gona the countries and now for continue the conversation with private sector and public sector institutions and also development partners over the next 6 months.
Right. So what's some of the things that we want to talk about inside this conference?
So the other thing I want to add on the 28th, we also do with the First Ladies of Africa, the clean cooking. This is another issue where President don't say for add to the summit. Waiting though, we they talk about access to energy, not to electricity no more. We get to address this issue of clean cooking. Yeah, where they kill millions of people around the world. Around the world, okay, let's take Africa. Over 900 million of we not get access to clean cooking. What we call clean cooking? Gas. When mama and sister then they use charcoal and firewood, where they make them sick. Yeah, some woman and they unbog them where then they go born. But you know they know because it don't be over time. Some boku woman and they where they get cancer and pneumonia, then picking them because we mama they cook picking them around that. That's a major issue we want to tell First Lady Tenki. And President Day with video all of that afternoon till 2 o'clock for push this agenda. So this is another one. Oh, they care how we go make energy, gas, and then and the cheap for woman there for able cook. So then they will launch already in a part of the summit. Also, we launch on the 28th. NP and AfriGas, then they can join me now. 10,000 households. Every household now statistics say about 6 people. So just look 10,000 times 6. Almost that they will they can try for get access. And that program they go one tell ECOWAS thank you. Now that one the First Lady and the President and the other First Ladies then launch on the 28th for kick off this summit. That will also be a major discussion. And then kind of see how they talk, not to the conversation. Now how the technology go reach the people there for low finance. So I take that as example, but 10,000 not do. We need many more. For let that happen, you need private sector.
The today's meeting done. What's some of the things that we come out inside this meeting?
Well, the mining fund, get for B1, then they would hope say it would be designed by us and the African Development Bank led by our Minister of Mines of Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea, and others for putting that one day together. Would they expect now Minister of Agriculture, they lead the other ministers together with Gates Foundation, Rockefeller Foundation and others for shape now this what we call the rice offensive. Minister Halima, they work with UNDP and this company where they work with, we have sent for organize this summit. Would they look within them compact, then they now, which project they would can promote heavily. All the ministers, 6, 7 ministers, Minister of Finance, Minister of Development, they all come, almost 6, 7 Sierra Leonean ministers. We can guide with conversations. And me and then they go now this afternoon for to present some of the results to His Excellency the President. They're all in at the steering committee of the summit we'll get for do November. Yeah, we'll get for make a distinction. President gets another summit where they do July. We only use that infrastructure we don't get for now do this investment summit in November in Sierra Leone, by God in grace.
So waiting next after this meeting?
A lot of work. Now the work begin, then document, then they now for finalize them. Then we send them, go to ECOWAS Secretariat, send them to the member states. Conversations continue, some of the project ideas for begin formulate them now properly and begin talk to investors and financing institutions. A lot of hard work over the next 6 months.
That not the special envoy for the West Africa Integration and Investment Summit, Dr. Kande Kolayum Kela. They talk to Master Swagger inside the interview. They also say they plan now for make about 10,000 houses there and get access to electricity and gas for cook now the country. The program they show the country, as I mentioned earlier today. My studio guest now Thomas Dixon, we now the chairman Guild of Editors. We can talk about the impact of press freedom na salon and waiting this mean for journalists them na the country. Once more, good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Yes, good afternoon.
Well, the idea for put aside World Press Freedom Day became inside 1991 after the Windlock Declaration. Also, journalists in Africa be called for free, independent, and pluralistic press, especially in Africa. Also, many believe say the media system be under government control. Well, in 1993, the United Nations General Assembly be officially proclaimed May 3rd as World Press Freedom Day for following a recommendation by UNESCO, and the purpose now for celebrate the fundamental principles of press freedom, evaluate the state of media freedom worldwide, and also defend the media from attack on independence, pay tribute to journalists them where they died in the course of performing their duty. Well, Salon be joined the rest of the world May 3rd, when be Sunday for Observe World Press Freedom Day. What in this mean for the media landscape now Salon, and which impacts will this day they bring when it comes to journalists and for do their work proper one? Make we get Thomas Dixon, Chairman, Guild of Editors. Once more, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
From that brief background day, you think journalists and media houses them they enjoy press freedom na Salon?
Thank you very much. The World Press Freedom Day is an annual celebration, or as a commemoration of press freedom, of free speech globally. These events, journalists can use them for take stock of what will happen during the year. The Committee to Protect Journalists in celebration of this event can normally come up with a ranking, when a press freedom ranking, when they rank country them according to press freedom. So this year ranking, they rank Sierra Leone, and Sierra Leone been get from move about 23 spaces down from 79 to 53 to 50 something. For that answer your question, which I think about press freedom, these are experts where they look at thematic areas, and after that they rate press freedom according to countries. These experts don't say Sierra Leone don't drop in terms of press freedom, and then declare say Salon in the category of problematic nations with regards press freedom and free speech. So as a journalist, I go on for subscribe to that view that despite efforts have been made, particularly in decriminalize libel, which was an impediment, there are several other. It's like when they take one step forward, you take two steps backward. So you are moving nowhere.
Okay.
Either you are the same place or you are deteriorating. So we get lost, then we don't come. Of late, we don't replace.
Because that I want to come to Dixon.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier, say the Committee of Protecting Journalists, come up with a ranking, and from the recent ranking shows say Salon moves few space downwards in terms of ranking from 79 to 50 something, and place Salon under the categories of problematic nations. Yeah. What do you think as a journalist or editor responsible for this kind of ranking, and what does this mean for the country?
Well, when you look the ranking, Salon move few spaces. So according to you, what you say few spaces now, huge spaces, 23 spaces from 79 to 56. From 56, to 79 among 180 countries. For that, make them categorize we na the nations that were problematic with regards for press freedom. Then the ranking, then get political indicator, then get economic indicator, then get legal indicator, then get social indicator, then get security indicator. On political indicator, in 2025, Salon will be scored 55%. In 2026, we score 60. On economic indicator, we improve a little bit. We score 70. The last year, we score 96. On legal indicator, Salon, we score 56. We score 77. On social indicator, Salon, we score 45. We score 54. Also, we make the loss. Now, waiting and call security indicator. Also, we score now be 71, 80. We score now be okay. Also, we make the most debilitating impact of the security indicator. Also, we score now be 85.17. Now, na 57.70. So it means, say, the security of journalists at the country are not enhanced. I will bring you to simple things that will happen of late. One get for do the Cyber Crime Act, where Section 44, and even the interpretative section of the Cyber Crime Act, they talk about false news. And Section 44, the police and non they use them, especially CID officers that the cyber unit, for target media practitioners. Me we sit down here, they don't invite me in a CID for cyber crime. We were mining company, go report to me, say I cyber bully them because I do a story. We share online. So they say we cyber bully them. And go to me first na MC, but because they think say, they believe say they not going to win the case na MC, they not get strong case, then go na CID. I spend over 10 hours. As editors, we get to colleague na Standard Times. We also do a newspaper, it circulates on social media. You should know in the morning, we all can circulate to newspaper in a WhatsApp group, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. And this person arrest him. He spend a day na CID. We also see a situation wherein the editors of the Watch and Gleaner newspaper, the office police go at the office for go arrest them for a story where they publish, we circulated in social media. So we don't see rampant harassment, a trend of harassment using the Cybercrime Act. So after the Cybercrime Act, we go to what call the Anti-Terrorism Act we just passed recently. That Anti-Terrorism Act we passed, you get section, even when they come for described a terror act. Some word and they would then put at that party they will get for church or profession. We all see recently also we brother Joseph Touré of Public Review newspaper, where he collaborates with a journalist who come on a Netherlands for can investigate Bolu Jos, aka Umar Sharif, existence na salon. We suicide where the man where then go investigate police, not just police with military, every armed military personnel. Then go there arrest this journalist, this international journalist and this local journalist. Can then go CID. The journalist gadgeted they not get her. Then delete everything, even things will not concern but salon and delete and they, including a phone. And all of these things, Joseph Touré is in another country, running away. We see recently in the political space, people who don't make comments, political comments, with a new word don't can now, what they call incitement. And this makes some of we now can afraid now we will not invite you for come. Because I know go and can sit down at 98 points, so I can't talk to you. Somebody say in corner, I say me don't incite. We saw the lady that was sentenced to jail for incitement. I'm not supporting her statement, but incitement is very broad and can be interpreted many ways. These are all ways to intimidate journalists. Okay. So when they talk about press freedom, we know they only restrict and normal to journalists. Because press freedom is a fundamental human right where anybody, you cannot talk of press freedom and not talk of freedom of speech. They are two sides of the same limb. So if you talk about press freedom, you get to talk about free speech. Free speech are the speech where we all born with. Me and you, that woman who they sell. That mommy will not sabi talk English. Will not sabi write English in free speech. But if you see we begin for the use technicalities for the jail people and because they talk something, I think would they intimidate not just the general populace, would also send a warning to we the journalists or people who they talk on behalf of the people for say on a take 10 talk.
Okay. The use of state institution or state apparatus against journalists, the one we raised from the submission. Yeah. When you talk about the president, one of the promises he began that he will repeal Part 5 of the seditious libel law and the 1965 Public Order Act, where government go say they don't pull and come out. But again, we see Usai journalists don't be harassed invited the police for questioning, and one of the things we make them be repeal part 5 now for CC to decriminalize the work of journalists. Them, you think that this government presently don't live to that expectation in terms of upholding press freedom?
Well, somehow governments don't remove part 5 of the 1965 Public Order Act, but at the same time, with the suicide, would they get replacement? Would they substitute part 5 of 1965 Public Order Act with other laws? Like I say, section 44, where they talk about cyberbullying and cyber stalking. Me, I don't know side newspaper where they non pull. They share on a social media how they bully and stalk a company, for example. For in my own case, I was taken to CID by a company. I don't know how the cyberbully and cyber stalk. In fact, when they are here and people are here internationally, they say, really? Is this happening in Sierra Leone? So the more they open the space, the more they close them. It's not just me. I mentioned a journalist, international journalist, we come for accredited by the Ministry of Information. Those are the journalists go no more soon as for go doing work. The Ministry of Information accredit them. What in they do? Police, soldier, then go there, arrest this journalist, then they arrest her like a common criminal. If you suicide journalist, they talk about Sierra Leone. Our press freedom, not in Sierra Leone. We suicide police officers went into the offices of the Watch and gleaned a newspaper on the same Umar Sheriff. So, with the states, they use intimidatory tactics for hinder free speech, either by legislations or by their action. The suicide, the powerful, like the corporate body, we can be going in a CID. So, despite government, they try to make several reforms. It seems as if the reforms have been stuck. They are not moving anywhere.
So, the incident of the journalist who come out from Netherlands, come salon for work on a story, invited the police and equipment taken from him and delete and also other things. What's in the government don't the campaign or don't they argue at the international platform of upholding press freedom na salon? With this incident will happen, what's in this mean? Or which kind of message they send to the international world?
You don't see the impact. You see the results who gets 23 species world ranking. How can do? These people are talking to other people. We government people will go out there and say, hey, we get press freedom, we get this, we get that, we get that. Is the press really free? People go mention, I don't mention several examples of recent media attack. If they not even go straight to you, these politicians, these people in power, they have their boys on social media. Like a misu. Some of them, but more than a social media, they don't harass me. So we are seeing online attack from boys of people that won't know say they were and they're close to so person. So tell you write something way critical of the person.
So you think for Sierra Leone case, you still get this view whether there is press freedom or not?
Well, for me, I don't. There is some amount of press freedom, but we are not totally free. We are not totally free, especially when it comes to taking us to the CID. But the whole concept of freedom is to decriminalize. If you have decriminalized the libel law, why? I think government should have a way of encouraging people to use the IMC as the first port of call. That should be the way. IMC is now harmed. Fines have been increased.
But you think the IMC don't perform?
Yes, the IMC has been performing. Just that the IMC is financially handicapped. Again.
How?
The government not give them subvention from June last year. When they give them subvention, they not give them subvention. We are now getting into the second quarter. IMC not get subvention. How you want let them perform? If you not give them money, how they go perform well?
What about the issue?
And these are the bulwarks. No way to man say the bulwarks are the institution that they protect to democracy. Because what's fundamental for let democracy function well? Now free press, free speech, and you get institutions the way they protect that. Where if the journalists cross the line with an IMC, not just for if the journalists cross the line, but they're also responsible for media development. So if you know they give IMC the subvention in time, then there's a problem.
Let me look at the aspects of journalists doing their work professionally.
Yes.
Others go argue, say, well, perhaps then journalists also don't be invited in a CID because maybe they not go according to the principles where they're supposed in terms of ensuring they get all sides to a story.
I will tell you, say, never in the history of this country we don't see this level of professionalism at the media. The level of professionalism with the current crop of journalists. I'm not saying there are no bad eggs. There are bad eggs. With the current crop of journalists and they portray, it's of high level. What would they come up? I mentioned about my sister program. They see newspaper, the front page, and they cost themselves. You don't see that anymore in the newspapers. What would they come up? You just see radio station, they blast down, they blast down one day. We don't see that anymore. In terms of cross-checking the news, I would tell you for us in the print media, most of our colleagues, there are a few bad eggs, but most of our colleagues, they are making the reasonable step because we have marked you the law, the MC Act. It's very clear. They said the journalists will make the reasonable step for verify in story, reasonable effort. So if journalists, they don't get this story, they don't call you, not pick, they send text message, you not respond. He call you back, you not pick, he send text message, you not respond. The journalists go about his story. In journalism, no comment is comment. Refusing for talk to the journalist, the only way the journalist is for doing for put on the story, say this person I try for column. I send text message to her, I refuse for talk. This is where again the IMC, the government, the Ministry of Information needs to come in.
But
you cannot say you then a top government office or you run a government bank, not even a government, even a private bank, and you refuse for talk to journalists there.
But we don't see instances
Yes.
outside journalists going to say, I work on a story, I don't get the side of this particular individual and try to get the side from of the other party we involved. Send several texts, call messages, and produce the evidences and there. But the state or the police go argue say that not a sufficient evidence.
Well, it's not for the state, it's for IMC to determine. If the journalist should go to IMC, like in my own case with Leon Rock, I go to an IMC, I went there with my evidence, text message, call log. Say I call, I talk to this person, and this night I see. And I also put it aside. The panel, the IMC panel, they ask them. The man to call una, they say yes. He put una aside na the story, they say yes. They say, but I put you aside, so he put a small. And then the man died in the panel say, now una go tell the man how for put his una side or not. The man put una side, not also. The story is balanced. So as journalists, and I make a tell you, say this crop of journalists in this time, we are very professional. I know of journalists that will go the length for verify their story before they even publish them. This not to say there are no bad eggs. We have few people where they resort to blackmail tactics. Like any other profession, you get a few people there. But I will tell you, say majority of the journalists there now, and they talk about the bloggers. I'm not talking about them because I didn't know the costly.
Because
cost not in the legacy media anymore.
We go can look at the emergence of the new media and with the impact with this gets now the traditional media, because it's like many people don't know the difference between the traditional media and that of the social media. But we can look into that more and the impact with this get on the media landscape. In name now Thomas Dixon, Chairman Guild of Editors. As today we look at World Press Freedom Day when be May 3rd. But we look at the impact with this get in the media landscape now salon. Continue for with me now the program media show the content inside the program where they go for this break.
Focus on the mic and kill.
Accurate Jojo.
And Fredal, make we pledge with love and loyalty to the land that we love. Place where we call it home.
Now me and you for me. Now me and you for make this country. Now me and you for build. Now me and you for build this country. Put salon first. Make we put we country first. Put salon first. Make we put we country first. Home sweet home. No place like home. No matter how far you don't go, no forget home. Make we help we set, and left for when we set. Make we own we set, and left for dread we set. Make we love we set, because we all now one.
The program and media show, they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. I still get Thomas Dixon with the Chairman Guild of Editors. As today we dey look at World Press Freedom Day, will not be method, but we dey look at the impact we this get in the media landscape na salon. I come over to my studio guest Thomas. The issue of the emergence of the new media, we now the digital media or the social media don't be of serious concern. Many people don't seem to associate the social media to that of the mainstream media. Don't we look at the impact we this get in the media landscape now salon, the emergence of the new media?
Well, the emergence of the new media is no longer emerging again. The new media is a reality where we as legacy or traditional media therefore keep up with. If we not keep up with them, we not adjust ourselves or meet the needs of those who are in the new media, then there is a problem for us. We are going to allow misinformation, disinformation to take over. So for me, one of the impacts is the new media don't come, and it render we obsolete if we not adjust with time. Journalism, now a profession, we always on the move with technology. The recent technology now is the new media and AI. We as journalists or media institutions therefore adapt all over the world. Journalists, bigger media institutions are adapting towards the CNN, MSNBC, Fox. They are adapting to meet that trend. Because that audience, you can cater for them. If you not cater for them, no problem. And go become a bunch of people that we go be ill-informed. And if they are ill-informed, it's a problem for democracy. So, I do tell me editors and say, adapt or die. Either you adapt or die. Similarly, I can tell radio colleagues in the radio station, electronic media. But it's so good that now, you see everybody now gets a Facebook page. Every news gets a news channel, gets a Facebook. They have a YouTube channel. We all get now a page on TikTok. We all get pages on Instagram. This is to cater for the new audience. We don't get. So with this, if we are able to meet this adaptation, it augment our power. Okay. It increase their message in the go. It will also increase revenue for we, because advertisers they look for reach. They look for reach and look for mileage. So the advertisers will come if you are able to target those audience. So for me, I think initially with new media come, all things say, but this also we better team, but this also. But one thing about journalism has survived throughout all major technological innovations. And I tell you, say journalism will still survive. In fact, those innovations will make journalism more better. So for me, I advise journalists, try at all possible course, don't be an old school, try at all possible course to adjust yourself. So it's in fact, another thing we don't come out of new media is what we call media entrepreneurs. So they see journalists and now they get them blogging page, apart from where they work now, like say for example, Radio Democracy, get your own blogging page, where they doing small journalism, they getting small income. You see journalists and now apart from a work where they do like a regular media house, you get a podcast where they do. So we are seeing the rise of new journalism.
The rise of new journalism, now one, you earlier mentioned about the adaptation of journalism. But again, how journalists or media houses can adapt into the new system where the issue of misinformation and disinformation don't take grounds?
The issue of misinformation and disinformation will take deeper grounds if we don't adapt.
How?
How we go adapt is by having those, being part of those platforms, the social media platforms I mentioned earlier, Facebook, YouTube. We have to be part of them. Because people in this age, we call it the age of information overload. Despite there is this all information overload, people they look for credible information. So what is separate we journalists and the other people, na credibility. So people they look for credible information. So if I want to listen, for example, to News in the Morning, I they go na 98.1 Facebook page, forget the fact. Then I go begin listening to one boss you will not get face. And not to institution, and they go tell me about fact. Tell me saying that so thing will happen. So you see now, the more now they go into the social media space, you see the less misinformation and disinformation they spread now. Now before people then go listen to one person with the America where they talk about salon, where sometimes you don't understand the dynamics of the politics and economic structure of the country, they rather listen to 98.1 and other platforms they will get. So we have to move in. We have to move in, own it. And not just get for moving and own it, because different social media platforms and they for different purposes. We have to understand which purpose is for this. For example, Facebook not for long video, not for short videos. You want long video, go na YouTube. So you can make the person know what your Facebook reel, and if you want more, you go click and go na YouTube page. So there are techniques that we need for learn as journalists for ensure say we own this space. So as I say, bigger media institutions, we get money, they get power pass we. Okay. They don't go into those spaces.
You are a lecturer and also media expert.
Yeah.
You're talking about the era in terms of the economic situation and the media, talking of corporate institutions and taking over the media. Let me look at the issue of media poverty, because this is now one area where they don't align journalists and say because of the poverty that the media make plenty journalists or reporters they not seem to do their work correctly. They do other things as way for me or as a ways or means for getting money. You agree to that?
So what they talk on touches on what we call the political economy of the media, where me say the governance structure, the economic structures, how then they influence the media. We bring we down to what we call poverty of the media. I will tell you, say, it is a fact that the media organ as Sierra Leone, it not rich. If I will be they remove the part 5 of the Public Order Act, we been think say companies then go come for can invest in the media. We forget the market. Do we have the market for bigger companies to invest in the media? Do we? So that is what is in the mind of companies. So the ownership structure of journalism in this country is a unique ownership structure. We're not a problem for ourselves. We journalists them. Now who gets the media houses them? Other parts of the world, not to say they be. Now oligarchs, companies, corporations, now they get the media houses. We make them go able for pay you, say, are they me would employ you as would be possible, then they pay you fine living salary. Because these are companies, these are corporate houses. We make the journalists and go able for form a collective bargaining association or bargaining, they get a bargaining certificate. We don't able for demand, make demands from the employee. But in our own case, we the journalists, we are the newspaper owners, we are the radio station owners. So there's a huge problem in that ownership structure. Because the market is not there for investors to come and try. This brings me to advertisement. We have few companies where they advertise. Now this country. Africell. God bless them. Mercury. Just few Orange. Few companies. Local Commercial Bank, UBA, United Bank of Africa. These are the few companies advertising. Government is the biggest businessman in Sierra Leone.
So I think the challenge they will make bigger corporate institutions so they fear for investing in the media.
Because the way they can't put money, they can't put you money where they don't do the market research. First of all, before coming, they can do it in called market research. How go able to get your money if you can't put $1 million, for example, in a radio democracy? How go able to recoup that money the back? When we go able to recoup them? Then check. Almost advertisement where you get the democracy they get. Pam month. Almost advertisement the amount. So we put $1 million, it will take 15 years for recoup that money. They won't put it. So the market is small. So sometimes professionals can call for say we need for come together. That we have so much radio station, we have so much newspapers. There is need for us for to come together. But again, the aspect of coming together is a Sierra Leonean problem. It's not a journalism problem. I can always make that because of greed. So, for example, a newspaper owner, again, newspaper employee staff there. Now, in one game they enjoy. The staff they need to enjoy. Not greed. Where the money they can, in one game they eat. The radio station owner the same way. Television station owner are the same way. So, if they make that order myself, if you get small money, they go set up your own. For let's say begin enjoy. So now so the thing done there because of greed.
So
and as I say, that's a problem. Not just restricted to journalism. It's in the legal profession. It's in the engineering profession. It's in the medical profession.
So from the media aspect, how you think say we can move away from that?
Well, I think so we can forget a deeper conversation. Guild of Editors, large broadcast association, reporters. We need to have a deeper conversation. You know, I've already not go sit down one day. The foreign companies with a foreign mindset come and say, okay, they can't take over the media. Pour money. Buy all the existing newspapers. Get all the radio stations under in control. It will be doomed for the people of this country because that company will be able to determine who runs the day-to-day affairs of this country. Therefore, if you read the Italian media, the era of Berlusconi, you see how we dominate the Italian media and politics of Italy. It's as a result of that. Our own investors, they can't invest. They don't get interested in it. So only somewhere you come, say, me, I don't see what you not see. You can't invest in money. We control the media. They control power.
But another school of thought go ask a question like this: a right or proper for a corporate institution for sponsor or support a media house?
Yes, especially a commercial media. We are all commercial media house. We get for pay staff. Who's I think say the journalists pull the money for pay staff? Now from advertisement, sponsorship.
But you think that media house they go get the leverage for all that particular?
No, you cannot buy the finger that fits you. That's the political economy we are talking about. You pays the piper dictates the tune. Even if they don't tell you, say, for example, almost all the newspapers in this country, the radio station, are being supported by Africell. Even if Africell don't tell you, say, no right about me, bad.
But you think say right?
Well, all over the world is the practice.
But one of the principles
So in
of
countries like
journalism for all the states and people accountable.
So in countries like the Scandinavian countries, Denmark, Holland, they get funding for public media. With government, they put money for support media. They will not take advertisement. What they do, what they call, what they critical of the government self because of the taxpayers' money, and they put for fund that. So it's happening. If you not get advertisement, you say no, can 98.1.
You're talking of the Scandinavian countries and where they get some media houses, where they get funding from government for CC they continue for run or operate. We see quite recently the media reform coordinating group and SLAG and other body them, they come up with the idea of developing the public media interest basket fund. You don't be part of that process there and you don't observe. One, the public media interest fund, you think it right at this point in time in Sierra Leone?
Well, I think it's right to promote public interest journalism. For ensure that journalists are independent. For me, I think it's a very good idea that I'm not part of those who created it, but I know it's a very good idea for quality journalism, for continue to operate. So you question about if they not go, if they not advertise to them, would that go? So I can get a very good story on one of my advertisers. So if there is a public interest fund, I will go in for it and investigate these advertisers. So the problem I know say they exist now. Government not getting counterpart funded. The money there, where the other agency, I think is BBC Media Action, don't provide.
Because
government for provide the counterparts money where government said they give.
Few days ago,
Government
the chair
money.
where you sit on, so there will be get the national coordinator for media reform coordinating group, Dr. Soa, we make it clear say government when are the biggest donor no honor the pledge yet.
Yes, so the government no honor the pledge.
Why you think say the government they drag and foot for honor its pledge?
Only government can tell. I think a question for SIBA and the people in our Ministry of Information. Let them can explain why they drag their feet because it's a commitment they've made. But again, when you look at Sierra Leone, government counterpart funding, you always either a knock up or a delay. You look at them with them building road construction. Government can always get counterpart funding. Now, government counterpart funding, I can delay the road construction. So I think it's a problem in government.
But you not think say it gets a kind of impact than the international scene because this whole idea of setting up public media interest basket fund come as a result of the national conference where government be all with other partners.
Yes, it gets an impact because it also they depict to government as government will not they uphold the responsibility. So sometimes before government they make them commitments and then therefore think deeply as to what is there. When you look at an economy like Sierra Leone, very small economy, it can be very challenging for government at times.
It can challenging.
Very challenging. Even for look at the basic necessities, the basic water, electricity, good medicine in the hospital. It's very challenging for government.
So what do you think say now the way forward if the media will be completely independent and also free from any kind of harassment?
I think the way forward is for us to ensure say we continue for train ourselves as journalists for meet the 2021st this current technological changes. We go help we as media. We also need for continue for speak the truth. For continue for speak the truth. Despite within right the truth. I believe so the way forward is continue to uphold the professional canons accuracy, balance, credibility, verification. Let us continue to do that. And also, one area we don't lack in over time now, investigative journalism. With the NAFPIN fund, there are several funds for investigative journalism out there in the world. But now a group of journalists in Sierra Leone can set up themselves into an investigative journalism body. We can seek some of those funds, embark on credible investigation. As long as you're able to convince those people who are holding trust to those funds, they will give you those funds to embark on it. Whether your institution will play it, or will broadcast or publish it, is another thing. But I think journalists need to come together on that aspect.
You touch on something very important, the issue of media houses, them ensuring that they play critical stories, them now one way don't be concerned, because many people don't say journalists, they don't take sides. We don't see journalists them being appointed into political positions. We don't see journalists them showing publicly interest over political parties or politicians. Then you think that's right?
Well, that's not unique to Sierra Leone. Journalists showing interest, showing political party affiliation, it's not unique to Sierra Leone. The only thing is, in Sierra Leone, we hide them. We the journalists can hide them. In developed democracy, and I understand why we can hide them. With democracy not to develop. In developed democracy, radio station, TV station will come out and say, because of social ideology or social vision of social candidate, we are pledging our support for this candidate. So it's nothing unique to Sierra Leone about journalists having position, even in the Great America. After politics, journalists have been given a position. Mark you, journalists are also trained and qualified. We have journalists who are lawyers. We have journalists who are not just trained as journalists, they are communicators. So if there is a job for communication, and then demand fit say, me I don't tell with force with I don't do with the media space for now, then can go. You have Boris Johnson, who was Prime Minister of UK. He used to be the editor of Spectator. He was a journalist. So, journalists, me say, for if you want this, you're right to participate in political
publicly parties. Show interest to a political party.
It does. No. I don't tell you saying that they develop democracy. Newspaper there, then they write editorial endorsing it.
You're talking about developed democracy out there, but in our own case,
because
we live in a fragile.
The democracy not mature. So because it's not mature, you and me, who they hide. Say, do you no can point and per we. Even at that,
but
we're going to call the individual differential theory. Where they should see, Adeyemi Jackson, na social side and bona. Na social school Adeyemi go. Where go college, na social club them join. Where from the person when they listen to Adeyemi in perspective, they don't put you in one party. Say Adeyemi, this talk where they talk so na that party lady. So these are truths. For what you think say we need on government side and IMC need for do. Now for educate the masses on media literacy. I see somebody do some stuff the other day. They put people and categorize them in APC, SLPP, journalists them. And say it's shameful. No. The person say they're in UK. In UK, we inside the person. Newspapers are openly, radio stations are openly aligned with political parties. That alignment can shift. The radio station or the TV, the media house can support party A this strip. The next day shift. But again, when you look at politics, we don't even get ideology in the politics of Sierra Leone. Not tribe, region. We don't have ideology. So how can a media house openly align with that? No. In those parts of the world, the political party then get ideology. Even civil society organization, they endorse candidates. Let's say, for example, the civil society organization, they champion climate change and green economy. Then the political party, they post on a green economy. For that, then they pull out a statement, say, because of this political party believe in A, B, C, and D, will they support them for this election? It shows credibility for you to come out and say, yes, I'm supporting this. So again, for me, I don't think it's a bad idea. Or it's just in Sierra Leone that journalists are being appointed, or that journalists are are suspected of being part of a political party or not. In fact, we own a covert. Other people they own now openly. Then they say,
So again, if you wake up in the morning hours, you go, you hear somebody go tell you, say, me not the tune to this media house because I know the kind of story where they do and the angle where they come out from. Another source go tell you, say, no, me not the tune to media A because I know who they belong, who the allegiance belong. All of them things and they not think say don't the Hamburg, the listenership.
No, you know the Hamburg listenership, not choice. The more the merrier. Not choice. If the person from your own choice, from your own perspective, he thinks say, but this radio station in na party A or party B, then they support in the party A, you know they listen to them. Now in choice. That is, I make we get plenty radio station, we get plenty newspaper, we get plenty television station. If you not fit you here, you don't want to listen, go on the other side. It's democracy.
Okay. As we round up, what's going to be your message to colleague journalists them out there where they're in the line of duty in terms of ensuring that they uphold credible journalism and also the issue of press freedom?
I want for tell me colleagues that now the media say true, na gift. Where person speak true and share something of value to another person, that person they bless. So I want for let them continue them pursuit as truth seekers, devoid of the alignment, devoid of whatever. Let them just continue them pursuit. Without us, there can be no enlightened society. Let us continue to enlighten the people. And I want for also advise government for looking. So some of them laws the way they don't pass. Some are good laws, but they have obnoxious clauses. They have draconian clauses. Let them go and review some of them clauses. And let we go come up back na the ranking, because it's also good for funding. Because this is one of the critical things that we Million Challenge Corporation they use for foreign countries on free speech. So now that's I go say. Thank you very much.
One for say plenty thank you to Thomas Dixon, Chairman, Newspaper Guild of Editors, for we take your time for be part of the program today. Well, family, now this edition of the program Midday Show go live for today, Monday, May 4, 2026. Plenty thank you to my studio guest, winner Thomas Dixon, Chairman, Newspaper Guild of Editors, and also plenty thank you to my producer Theodore Agena and DJ Schoolface for technical support. Mary Camera Bangura, we make us see we live now with social media platforms. So till we meet again, me and Adeyemi Jackson, they say goodbye.